The streets are unforgiving, especially for the most vulnerable. Among the bustling sounds of the city and the chaos of everyday life, a fragile white kitten was found, wandering blindly through the dangers of an urban landscape. His fur, once pure and soft, was now matted and unkempt, a testament to the struggles he had faced in his young life. But his most striking feature wasn't his appearance. It was the vacant stare of his sightless eyes, staring into a world he could neither see nor fully comprehend. In addition to his blindness, this kitten faced several difficulties. Worm infestation tore through his small frame, leaving him dangerously anemic. His delicate condition necessitated rapid medical attention, but it also called for tact. To prevent overtaxing his compromised system, deworming drugs that would act quickly in healthier cats had to be given gradually and cautiously. Feeling concerned for his well-being, a woman, however, was willing to take the poor kitten in, while no one was bothered to do the same thing. Under her care, the little one began to show signs of improvement. Even though it was a difficult journey, he started to respond to treatment, gradually giving his weak body the vigour it sorely needed. But as the hope started to reignite again, the kitten was later diagnosed with feline leukemia virus, or FELV. Cats were severely impacted by the illness, which impairs immunity and increases susceptibility to infections. It was just one more obstacle for this little kitty, who was already battling a lot. The kitten's condition demanded constant attention. He continued to lose weight, his body struggling to keep up with the infection that had taken hold. Despite the improvements in his immediate health, his overall prognosis remained uncertain. To make matters worse, his blind eyes, which had become a source of discomfort, needed to be surgically removed. Yet surgery was impossible until his infection was under control and his body strong enough to endure the procedure. His rescuer faced each day with a mix of determination and fear. Giving up was never an option, even if the course of treatment was long and difficult. In the meantime, a kitten was also found on the street, and the situation was not that much of a difference from the previous one. Upon spotting him, the rescuer was willing to take him in as it was clear that he needed help. Despite not being blind, this kitten was facing starvation. No one was willing to adopt him, even though efforts were made to find him a forever home. But the blind kitten was surprisingly comforted by his presence. The two became close very fast, an unseen friendship formed by their same struggles. Unable to find someone who could take care of the poor kitten, the rescuer decided to adopt him, which changed his life. This newfound friendship seems to give the blind kitty a sense of security. He felt less isolated on his road to recovery with the rescuer on his side. The rescuer dedicated himself fully to ensuring both kittens felt safe and loved. He created a space where they could heal, not just physically but emotionally. The blind kitten, though still weak, began to show signs of resilience. His appetite, though small, that improved under careful supervision. Each ounce gained was celebrated as a victory. The second kitten, though healthier, needed just as much emotional care. Having experienced rejection and neglect, he was initially wary of his new surroundings. But with time, patience, and the company of his blind companion, he began to trust the rescuer who had given him a second chance. The journey is far from over for these two kittens. For the blind kitten, surgery to remove his eyes is still on the horizon, a critical step in alleviating his discomfort and ensuring a better quality of life. But for now, the focus remains on stabilising his health, building his strength, and giving him the best chance to overcome the challenges he faces. As for the second kitten, he has found a sense of belonging he never thought possible. Together, the two kittens have transformed their rescuer's home into a place of hope and healing. This story is a testament to the power of compassion and the resilience of those who refuse to give up. It reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, love and determination can make a difference. For the rescuer, the decision to care for these kittens wasn't easy, but it was one he'd make again in a heartbeat. These tiny lives, so easily overlooked by others, have left an indelible mark on his heart. To everyone who hears this story, let it be a call to action. There are countless animals out there, just like these kittens, waiting for someone to give them a chance. Whether it's through adoption, fostering, or simply spreading awareness, each of us has the power to make a difference. And for these two kittens, their story is just beginning. Though their journey has been filled with challenges, they found something far more precious than sight or perfect health. They found love, safety, and a place to call home. As we watch these kittens grow and heal, we're reminded that every small victory matters. Each step forward, no matter how tiny, is a step toward a brighter future. For now, the focus is on recovery, but the bond they share and the love they've found will carry them through whatever lies ahead. Their story is one of hope, resilience, and the unyielding power of kindness. Let it inspire us all to look closer, to care deeper, and to never give up on those who need us the most. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider giving us a like. Tell us what you think and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.